Hey folks, this is Mark with Orient Watch USA.com, and this is EL03003B. Now this is part of Orient's M-Force series that you might be familiar with, but this is a little different. This watch is a limited edition, but also it was a collaboration between Subaru's racing team, STI. Now, just like the other M-Forces, it does use a 200-meter case. It does have a unidirectional bezel. It does use 3 hands for time, which are all have luminescent material on them. And you will notice that the power reserve indicator that was on the watch uses kind of a gas gauge kind of type motif. So it's a little different looking as compared to some of our other power reserve watches. You'll notice that the case, the bezel itself is very, it's like the other M-Forces, very beautiful. Now the case construction inside for the M-Force is very special. It uses a very advanced shock bearing system, which is typically not found so readily on other of our Orient watches. Alright, let's go ahead and show you how to, how this watch is associated with with STI, and you'll notice that this is a watch that which commemorates a certain race, a 24 hours race in the Nürburgring. I do apologize for the sticker on the back of the watch. Okay, so let's take a look at the front of the watch again, and let me go ahead and revisit how to adjust the time. First, unscrew the crown by simply unscrewing the crown from its locked position. Then you're going to feel a slight release. At that point, pull it out to 2 positions out. The first position deals with date, for the second one is time. For those who have worked a watch before, it's like any other watch. Go ahead and pull out to its last position, and not too hard, okay? And then if you just turn the crown, it's going to advance forward, or if you reverse the other way, if you turn the other way, it's going to go backwards. Alright, once you're done, always make sure to push back the time set, the crown back into its neutral position and screw it back in. For the purpose of this video, we're not going to screw it back in because we're going to now show you how to adjust the date. Simply, right now, it's in this first position. I pulled out to just 1 notch, and you'll notice that I can adjust the date. Alright, very, very simple, right? You'll also notice that when I'm adjusting the date, when I'm taking care of time, this movement is hackable, which means that whenever I pull out the crown, it stops. Okay? So I'm going to show you later on how that works, but right now, because I'm adjusting time, you'll notice the second hand has stopped. Correct? That's what hackable means. That's it. What's the purpose of this function? Well, say for example you want to sync your watch with another timing device. Say for example on your cell phone there's a clock that syncs with the network. That way you know it's really, really accurate. Go ahead, maybe just before like 11:59, you set it to midnight. You wait for the second hand to cross 0 for midnight, and that's when you go ahead and re-engage the movement back to its neutral position, which means it's gonna be synced. Okay. Alright folks, that's basically it in terms of the functionality of this watch. Now it does use a beautiful solid band, and once again it has a beautiful case, but it also has this amazing shock bearing system. If you go and click into the extended pictures, there is a picture that shows you the diagram of that shock bearing system. Alright guys, thank you so much. Hope to see you wearing one of these soon.